Hey everybody, it's Chief Zero here again, and this time I'm bringing you Nintendo's E3 conference at their treehouse. Nintendo came back to E3. For the past couple of years they've been doing directs instead in place of E3, but this time they decided to bring it back to E3 with a very special presentation on two upcoming games that people are going to be kind of going crazy over, and it's kind of their tent poles as well. The first is Pokemon, and the second, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. First off, we'll go into Zelda. People have been waiting for this for a long time as well. I know I have. I've waited on purchasing a Wii U because I wanted to see what the next Zelda game was going to be first, or the next Metroid game. Still waiting on the Metroid. But The Legend of Zelda actually looks so beautiful, and it's been in development for a very long time. People assumed that it was going to be coming out for the Wii U only, but it's going to be coming out for the Wii U as well as the NX, the next console that they're going to be putting out from Nintendo. This Legend of Zelda looks very much like a open world RPG kind of game, kind of akin to Skyrim in the sense that you can travel anywhere at any point as soon as you start the game off with an overarching narrative. You can go around the world. There's just many different sections. It looks like a huge map, and the first day of E3 they weren't even able to cover the entire small section of the map. It looked like it was maybe about 10% of the entire landmass, and they didn't even have enough time to go through it all. It was that huge. One of the big things about this Zelda game is that it's gonna be focused on crafting, it seems, because you can go around the world, you can pick apples for health, you can chop down trees for wood, you can make that wood into a campfire, you can cook those apples afterwards, you can create a whole bunch of things from the world. The world is literally a living being where you can just gather your materials, your weapons, your armor, your shields, and then go out and explore with it. It looks absolutely intricate. The enemies can also drop a whole bunch of loot as well as other armor pieces. Your armor and weapons do degrade over time and overuse, so you're constantly on the lookout for either more materials or more weapons to use for your next fight. It looks amazing, and I can probably see myself spending a lot of time crafting in this because I love crafting. Either way, it looks very huge. Different kinds of environments. There was a snowy area, a great plateau where a castle is, plains. It looks absolutely amazing, and it's probably going to be worth the wait when it comes out. No date yet necessarily. Just know that it is going to be coming out soon for the Wii U. It's almost done in development. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait to bring it out. The next game that I want to bring out is Pokemon Sun and Moon, the next two core games in Nintendo's long-running franchise. Pokemon Sun and Moon is going to be out in, November 18th. It's going to be out soon, in a couple of months. Now, the developers of the game were on site to talk about it a little bit more, so we're going to go over this a little bit. So the reasoning why they decided to go with the Sun and Moon is because they want to represent how the Sun and Moon give life around in this region. Not just this region specifically, but the entire mythology about the sun being able to provide life, as well as the moon here. The legendaries are supposed to be the emissaries of the sun and moon, and that's what makes them so important. There's a new layout for the bottom screen where you can see your Pokemon, your items. You can even see the Pokemon stats now in real time while battling. Like, let's say if you use Tail Whip or Growl on the Pokemon, if you tap on the 2D picture of the Pokemon of either yours or theirs, or the wild Pokemon, you can actually see which one's been downgraded, which one has been boosted. It's very helpful. Instead of having to keep track of that in your mind, you can now just see it in real time as it's going on. It looks awesome. There's also info on the moves that you have. So let's say if you have a fire move and a psychic move or something that can either confuse or burn and all that kinds of stuff, you can either select the little blue icon on top with the little eye for information, and it'll tell you the stats of that move, the effects of that move, everything, just as if you were to go look at it in the summary in the past Pokemon games. But now you can do this in real time as you're battling a Pokemon or a trainer. The Pokedex actually feels a lot more important now, although the whole idea of Rotom inhabiting a Pokedex still seems kind of weird to me, because this is the first that it's ever happened in the 20 years that Pokemon has been around, but it looks cool nonetheless. I do appreciate in the Pokedex that once you capture a Pokemon, when you see it's registered, you can see these white Pokeballs along that Pokemon. So if you, let's say if you your starter Litten, you check it out in the Pokedex, you'll most likely see 2 Pokeballs as well that are blanked out. Those spaces are there to remind you that, hey, this Pokemon has 2 more stages of evolution, or maybe there's a counterpart to that Pokemon that you need to fill in for that Pokedex if you want to complete your Pokedex. It's pretty nice, actually. Instead of just seeing an entire row of Pokemon in the Pokedex that says, you know, Pokemon blank, and then in some cases some Pokemon don't even have any evolutionary stages, so it's just kind of empty space, and you're trying to remember what Pokemon is that. I don't remember. But now you'll be able to tell it, oh, okay, the next Pokemon is supposed to be in an evolved form of this Pokemon or in a different form. It's very handy, and it's going to be making a lot of people happy, especially me, when I'm trying to catch them all. A very cool thing that I was kind of geeking out about when I was watching it is that people and Pokemon are a lot more proportional this time around. So one of the first instances that you'll notice this is in your trainer's home. There's a Meowth walking around the house and everything, and it's so tiny. I forgot how tiny Meowths actually are. In those Pokedex entries, it tells you the height and weight of these Pokemon. You can actually see how tall they actually are compared to your trainer. They're all going to be proportioned to the real life, as much as real life as possible, to the world around them. So a Caterpie that's only supposed to be 1 foot high is going to be 1 foot high compared to your character. A Pokemon that's going to be gigantic like Snorlax is probably going to be gigantic as well. They're doing a really amazing job with this game, and I'm looking forward to it as well, because it's supposed to be a lot more immersive. And just that small detail of actually making these Pokemon proportional to your trainer helps so much to get a better understanding of this Pokemon world that we are inhabiting. Another great thing about this this next Pokemon game is the introduction of 4-way battles. So you can either team up with someone else or have complete randoms fight. You get to choose 3 or 4 Pokemon at a time, but you only get to use one of your Pokemon at a time. So if you start off with 3 or 4, you're going to have those other 3 in reserve. You're going to battle 3 other people with 1 Pokemon. And the first person to either lose all of their Pokemon, the match ends, and the winner is based on how many Pokemon you've defeated and how many Pokemon you have left. So strategy is an even bigger key this time around, because not only are you going to have to focus around someone that you're going to be super effective against, like a flying versus a grass, but you're also going to have to be wary about other people that are going to be super effective against you. It's going to be an amazing addition to the Pokemon franchise. I can't wait to do it, because that's going to be where all the new strategies are going to be coming out in place. Instead of either double or triple battles, you're going to have to think way outside the box for this one. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it. Pokemon Sun and Moon look amazing. I can't wait for it, especially now that they're going to be bringing in Zygarde as well in different forms. We've already seen the leak of some of its forms, but it's going to look pretty badass, to be honest. And he's supposed to have an important role in this story as well. So let's see what that holds, right? And that's basically pretty much it for Nintendo's first day. They really only showed off these two games, but that was really enough to get people excited. It's so amazing what they're going to be doing. I can't wait to actually buy the new Nintendo console, because I believe in Nintendo. I've been with them since basically all of my life. I've grown up with it as well. I'm super excited, especially for the Zelda game, and I'm always playing Pokemon. Like, if you guys see my other videos, I have Pokemon listings up there. I do giveaways for it. I love Pokemon. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait to get this. I'm probably gonna buy both editions on the first day. I am super psyched. And so with that in mind, that's gonna be the end for this Nintendo E3 2016 conference. If you like this, please go ahead and share it with your friends. Subscribe to me if you can. That would be completely awesome. I'm going to be posting videos on other games as well as E3 games. It's going to be awesome. So please like, share, and subscribe. And you can also follow me on the social media at May the Food Be With You on Instagram, Twitter at NerdyEzio, and Twitch.tv Chief_0. And with that in mind, Chief out.